our YouTube channel. Make Science Easy with Dr. KMC. Today we are going to see an interesting the topic related to the environment, forest and wildlife. The title being Biosphere Reserves in India. The preamble is Biosphere Reserve, which is designated as BR, is an international designation by United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, we call it as UNESCO, for representative parts of natural and cultural landscapes extending over large areas of terrestrial or coastal or marine ecosystem or a combination of both. Since I have been working as an expert member in the Man and Biosphere program of Indian central government in the Ministry of Environment, Forest and the Climate Change. I am very fortunate to be work along with this biosphere reserves for the last 2 decades. Biosphere reserves tries to balance economic and the social development and maintenance of associated cultural values with the preservation of the nature. The biosphere reserves tries a balance economic and social the development and the maintenance of associated cultural values along with the preservation of the nature. Biosphere reserves are thus special environments for both people and nature and are living examples of how human beings and nature can coexist while respecting each other's needs. What are the various criteria for the designation of the biosphere reserve? A site. A site must contain a protected and minimally distributed core area of value of their nature conservation. The core area must be a biogeographical unit and should be large enough to sustain a viable populations representing all trophic the levels. The involvement of the local communities and use of their knowledge in biodiversity preservation or the conservation. Areas of the potential for preservation of the traditional, the tribal and the rural modes of the living for harmonious use of the environment. What is the structure of a biosphere reserve? There are 3 zones in this area or areas. Number 1 is the core areas. What do you mean by the core areas? It is the most protected area of a biosphere reserve. It may contain endemic plants and animals. They conserve the wild relatives of economic the species, both animal and plants, and also represent the important genetic reservoirs having exceptional scientific interest. A core zone is a protected region or the area like a national park or sanctuary or protected or regulated mostly under the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. It is kept free from human interference. Next, we will see that what is mean by the buffer zone. The buffer zone surrounds the core zone and its activities are managed in the area in the ways that helps the protection of the core zone in its natural condition. It includes restoration, limited tourism, fishing, grazing, etc., which all are permitted to reduce its effect on the core zone. So the research and educational activities are to be, encouraged in this zone also. Third is the transition zone. What do you mean by transition zone? So it is the outermost part of the biosphere reserve. It is a zone of cooperation where human ventures and conservation are done in harmony. It includes settlements of tribals, croplands, managed forest, and areas for intensive recreation and other economic the uses characteristics of the region. Next, what are the functions of the biosphere reserve? Number one, conservation. The main mandate of the biosphere reserve function is the conservation. The managing of the biosphere reserves genetic resources, endemic species, ecosystems, and landscapes. It may prevent man animal conflict, for example, death of tiger Avni, who has shot dead when she turned man eater. Along the wildlife, the culture, and customs of tribals are also protected here. I mean, these are the main aspects of the function under the biosphere reserves. Number two is the development. Promoting economic and human growth that is sustainable on a socio-cultural and ecological levels. It seeks to strengthen the three pillars of the sustainable development, socio-economic and protection of the environment. Then third function is the logistic support. Mainly it promotes the research activities, environmental education, training and monitoring in the context of local, national and international conservation and sustainable development. So what are the various biosphere reserves in India? There are 18 biosphere reserves in India. The number is also increasing now, and there are out of the 18 biosphere reserves in India, the major one would like to mention is the cold desert Himachal Pradesh, Nanda Devi Uttarakhand, and then Kanchenjunga Sikkim, Dehang Debang Arunachal Pradesh, Manas in Assam, and Tripuru Saikova Assam, and then Nokrek Meghalaya, Panna Madhya Pradesh, Pachamari Madhya Pradesh, and then Achan Kumar Amarnath Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh region, and then Kutch, Gujarat. This is supposed to be one of the largest in area under the biosphere reserve. Simlipal, Odisha, Sundarban, West Bengal, and then Sheshachalam, Andhra Pradesh, Agastyamalai, Tamil Nadu, and part of the Kerala, Nilgiri, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and it was the first to be included in the biosphere reserve. Gulf of Mannar, Marine Park, Tamil Nadu, Greater, the Nicobar, Andaman, and then the Nicobar the island. So these are the various biosphere reserves in India. And what are the importance of the international status of the biosphere reserve? The UNESCO has introduced the designation of the biosphere reserve for natural areas to minimize the conflict between the development and conservation. So the biosphere reserves are nominated by national government, which meets a minimal set of the criteria under the Man and Biosphere Reserve program of the UNESCO. So this is mainly have been recognized under the Man and Biosphere Reserve program of UNESCO. Globally, there are 686 686 biosphere reserves in 122 countries, including 20 transboundary sites. So the man and biosphere reserves have been chosen to represent the world's major type of the regional ecosystems. The ecologists have identified some of nearly 14 types of the biomes and 193 types of the ecosystems around the world. And about two-thirds of these ecosystem types are represented so far in the 276 biosphere reserves now established in 72 countries. So, the man and biospheres are not necessarily the pristine wilderness. Many include ecosystems that have been modified and exploited by humans, such as rangelands, the sustenance of the farmlands, or the areas used for hunting or fishing. So, the concept of the biosphere reserves has also been extended to include coastal and marine ecosystem also, although in this case the use of the core, buffer and transit areas is inappropriate. And the establishment of the global network of the biosphere reserves still faces a number of problems. Many man and biosphere reserves are located in and depth the burdened developing nations because many of these countries lie in the biologically rich tropical regions. Such countries often cannot afford to set aside large tracts of lands and they are desperately need the short-term cash, the promised by the immediate exploitation of the lands. So one response to this problem is the depth of nature swaps in which a conservation organization buys the debt of a nation at a discount rate from banks in exchange for that nation's commitment to the establish and protect a natural reserve. Many reserves are effectively small isolated islands of natural ecosystems surrounded entirely by developed land. Here, the organisms in such lands are liable to suffer genetic erosion, and many have been argued that a single large reserve would suffer the less genetic erosion than several smaller reserves which cumulatively protect and protected the same amount of the land here. So it has been also suggested that the reserves sited as close to each other as possible and corridors that allow movement between them would increase the habitat and the gene pool available to most of the species. So next we would like to see the what is mean by man and biosphere program. Man and biosphere program, which was launched in 1971 itself. UNESCO's the UNESCO's Man and Biosphere program, we call as the MAP, is an intergovernmental scientific program that aims to establish a scientific basis for the improvement of the relationship between people and their environments. So, Man and Biosphere program combines natural and social sciences, economics, and education to improve human livelihood and equitable sharing of the benefits and to safeguard the natural and managed ecosystem, thus promoting innovative approaches to economic development that are socially and culturally appropriate and environmentally sustainable. So there are total 11 biosphere reserves of India which have been recognized internationally under Man and Biosphere Reserve Program, which includes number one Nilgiris, the first formed one in the nation, and then Gulf of Mannar Marine Park, and then Sundarban, Nanda Devi, Nokrek, Pachamari, Simlipal, Achan Kumar Amarnath, and then Greater Nicobar, Agastya Malai, and then Kanchenjunga added under the Man and Biosphere Reserve Program in 2018. So these are all the concepts of the various biosphere reserve program. We call it the MAP program under the UNESCO network. What do you mean by the biosphere conservation? Biosphere conservation. A scheme called Biosphere Reserve is being implemented by the Government of India since 1986, in which the financial assistance is given in the 90 and then 10 ratio to the northeastern region states and 3 Himalayan states, and in the ratio of 60 is to 40 to the other sets for the maintenance of the improvement and the development of the certain items. So there are two ratios that have been considered here, and one is the 90-10 ratio mainly to the northeastern region states and then the Himalayan region, and then 60-40 to the rest of the states in the Indian subcontinent. So the state government prepares the management action plan, which is approved and monitored by the central MAP committee, in which I have been serving in the last 15 years. What is the way forward? What is the way forward for the MAP program? So number one, land rights of tribals which depends on the forest resources in the transition areas must be secured. Number two, resources like species, and then from the most important to the plantation crops, which include the spices of the Kerala, should be marketed with the biosphere reserve tags, which will increase their value. Third, and then the Munnar declaration, which suggests that biosphere resource can be carried out, the desert and Gangetic plan of the biogeographical zones should also be implemented. And fourth is as the biosphere resource concept was mainly aimed at sustainable the development, the term the reserve should be replaced with a suitable word, the government. The government must take the steps suggest that the alien species invading various biosphere reserves, for example, the Nilgiri biosphere reserves. So these are the what are the various ways of the way forward here. I think the government of India, under the banner of the UNESCO, we have been taking a series of steps to protect our natural the boundaries, both in the Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats, Himalayan region, and altogether the Indian subcontinent by way of the conservation strategies under the Man and Biosphere programs. So with this, I would like to thank everyone for the patient hearing. Thank you, one and all.